Are you ready to seek your fortune?
Seeing how Naughty Dog video games look on the PlayStation console is something inspiring. Naughty Dog has always pushed the boundaries of video game development in general, especially when it comes to visual, because they took it to another level. Looking back at the game Uncharted 4: A Thief's End will make you wonder whether this game has really came out in 2016 or not, because it still looks more phenomenal than most games that came out after it. The Naughty Dog engine is an in-house game engine developed by the studio itself, and it is used in all games made by them, including the Uncharted series, The Last of Us series, Jak and Daxter, and so on. The art of the studio is all about this handcrafted and hand-directed style of composition that is very directed in every step along the way of making the video games. The latest game made by Naughty Dog is The Last of Us 2, one of the best, if not one of the greatest games when it comes to visuals of the last-gen consoles, and evaluating its graphics is something that is gonna take a long time. Overall, besides the politics, it was really a fun game to play. Now, let's try to break down some of the features that the game and Naughty Dog engine brings to the table. If you pause the game at any given moment, you can dive into the photo mode and explore scenes more closely. You will notice that the poly count is very high in the game, especially when it comes to characters. You will also be amazed by the job that Naughty Dog does when it comes to materials rendering. Of course, since Ellie is the main character in the game, it is expected to have a large count of polygons. Nevertheless, you will still be surprised by the curves of Ellie's face, which you can describe as organic, not to mention that you will find geometric details in her clothes every time you try to analyze the character. Naughty Dog's skin and eye shaders should receive special praise, because they are a big step up from the already amazing work made in Uncharted 4. When it comes to open large scenes, more interesting things that are definitely there to see. For example, it's clear that LOD scaling is very generous. Visual elements like dynamic shadows remain in play even in long distances. The far buildings also have lights and good shadows. The trees in the very extreme background look detailed and alive. However, you may observe a certain glare effect that helps to mask some of the ugliness that could be found in some other trees, to make the scene look even better and more realistic. There are some views where you can get sort of semi-dense details, scenes where the camera is far but close enough that Naughty Dog had to make some compromises. For example, you can see that nearby textures are high resolution and clear, but the further you look, the more details you lose. But the depth of field and motion blur are used in the engine and does a good job of hiding these backslides. Now let's talk about the new animation system implemented by Naughty Dog's engine in The Last of Us 2. While revealing the game, Naughty Dog has talked about the new animation system named motion matching. Essentially, the game takes a large bucket of motion capture information and then dynamically generates animations based on the path that the character is taking. This matching and interpretation means that no two animations will end up looking the same. Moreover, this system allows for a great sense of freedom and realism, especially when combined with physics and interactions. The Last of Us 2 contains huge numbers of scenes where you can see clearly the use of GPU-accelerated particles. The high particle density and the use of volumetrics in these scenes make a very atmospheric addition to the game. Particle volumes also gives some sense of awareness and existence in the game. As you can tell, a large portion of the game's settings take place in snowy areas, which means that the game engine should have to handle snow and the visuals associated with it very well. Snow simulations and deformations were ahead of their time compared to the current generation of consoles of video games. Naughty Dog has made snow rendering a big priority. We can see volumetric particles representing snow parts in the air, and clear snow deformations that implement PBR materials over the static snow on the ground. Also, for a video game with some horror vibes, lighting is a very important element, and The Last of Us 2 does not disappoint. The use of global illumination is evident in the outdoor shots. Indirect lighting is in place thanks to the ambient occlusion. The indoor quality is warm and helps deliver the feeling the producers of the game want people to experience. All these elements come together in the Naughty Dog's game engine to produce the best visuals that we can have. And the studio has been delivering the best graphics that the world has ever seen since the release of Uncharted in 2008, making the Naughty Dog engine one of the best game development engines out there. I hope you found this video informative and entertaining. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can also check some of our previous videos, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you And the next one.